Hello everyone. I hope you are doing well. Myself Kuhu Sarkar. So, as I promised you before that I will bring the evening shift question paper along with the answer sheet. So, here I am going to discuss all the question paper and with its answer key which NTA had given. So, but it is not the final answer key. So, you have to wait for the final answer key. Here I am going to discuss all the questions and with little explanation. So let's start. First question, deconstruction. So you know deconstruction with Jacques Derrida, hegemony with Antonio Gramsci, habitus with Pierre Bourdieu, interpellation Louis Althusser. So question option A 1 will be correct. Then question number second, you have to arrange it in chronological order. As you know that NTA now starting a trend where they always given the chronological questions, so you have to keep a special focus about the chronology and you have to remember the dates, the publication date along with the work itself. So next time when you try to remember any work of any author, you have to remember the publication date because NTA always give the publication date and you have to arrange it in chronological order. So the next question you have to arrange it in chronological order. So first will be Inquiry Concerning Human Understanding by David Hume, which was published in 1748. So no, it is not the Inquiry Concerning Human Understanding is not the first. First will be Treatise on Human Nature, which was published in 1739 by David Hume. Then Inquiry Concerning Human Understanding, which was published in 1748. Then The Social Contract by Rousseau, which was published in 1762. Then Preface to Shakespeare, which was published by Samuel Johnson in 1765. Then Reflections on the Revolution in France, 1790 by Edmund Burke. Then see the next question. It is also a chronological order. You have to arrange the T.S. Eliot's essays in chronological order. So first will be The Sacred Wood, which was published in 1920. Then The Metaphysical Poets, which was published in 1921. Then The Use of Poetry and Use of Criticism, which was published in 1933. Then sorry then The Function of Criticism, which was published in 1923. After that, the use of poetry and use of criticism, and then Notes towards the Definition of Culture, which was published in 1949. So here I am not going to the options because the explanation of the question is most important, right? So you have to remember it with the publication date. Let's say the next question. Next question is about direct method of teaching English, and the answer will be first. When A, B, C, there is no difference of the mother tongue. There is direct connection with the target language. Learners think in the target language and express in the target language. C, the teaching learning process is carried out in English. So the answer will be first A, B and C. Then question number 5, you have to match it with the writer. Christopher Hale with Milton and the English Revolution. Catherine Belsey with John Milton, Language, Gender and Power. E.M.W. Tillard with Milton and Thomas N. Corns with Milton's language. So it is a hard question. You have to remember the writings, the criticism of Milton's with the critics. Then question number 6. Who among the following was not one of the original member of Johnson's Literary Club? John Dryden will be the answer. Oliver Goldsmith, Edward Brooke, John Hawkins were the members of Johnson's Literary Club. Then question number 7. Which among the following was not written by Thomas Carlyle? The Stones of Venice, written by John Ruskin. Signs of the Times, Saturday Saturday, Life of John Sterling are written by Thomas Carlyle. Then publication works with the publisher. P. Lal or Purushottam Lal with two means the man of dharma and rasa of silence. Then B. Adil Jaswala with missing person. Then C. A.K. Ramanujan with speaking of Shiva. Then R. Parthasarathi with rough passage. Then question number 9. You have to match the following. And David Hume with treatise on human nature. So you see that the same author and their writings repeat twice, and there are many questions where the same writer and their writing repeated twice or thrice. Okay, so David Hume with treatise on humankind, Edward Gibbon with decline and fall of the Roman Empire, William Godwin with inquiry concerning political justice, Tobias Smollett with a complete history of England. Then the next question you have to arrange it in chronological order. So here also you have to so the first will be C, mean Black Literature and Literary Theory, which was published by which was written by Henry Louis Gates and published in 1984. Then the Signifying Monkey, a Theory of Afro-American Criticism. It was also by Henry Louis Gates, which was published in 1988. Then, okay, C, then E, Reconstructing Womanhood, the Emergence of the Afro-American Women Novelist. So it was published in 1987 and it was written by Hazel V. Carvey. After that, The Signifying Monkey, a Theory of Afro-American Literary Criticism by Gate, which was published in 1988, and then The Location of Culture, 1994, Homike Bhabha, and after that, The Future of Race, which was also written by Henry Louis Gates, and which was a criticism on W.E.B. Du Bois, and it was published in 1996. So this kind of questions I always get confused, so it is very much hard for me. Chronological question I never can attend, right? So let's see the next question. Althusser's theory of interpolation implies the act of hailing, like "hey you," are thereby turning individuals into ideological consenting subjects. And Althusser's theory of interpolation is very much similar to the concept of Derrida's theory of deconstruction. So statement was 1 is right, but statement 2 is false. Mean it is not similar with Derrida's theory of deconstruction. Then question number 12. And so I missed my chance with one of the lords of life, and I have something to expiate, a pettiness. And it was written by D.H. Lawrence. Sorry for the noise disturbance. So, and the line was taken from Snake. Then say the next question, and here you have to here you have to explain the difference between conceptual research and empirical research, and option 1 will be the right. The former of the two is related to some abstract ideas, mean conceptual research mean abstract ideas and or theory, and later relies on the experience or observation alone. So empirical research mean experience and observation, and conceptual mean abstract ideas. Then name the author out one on stage lesbian and gay theater in the 20th century. Answer will be A. Sinfield. Then The Voyage of Beagle was written by Charles Darwin. Then What is important are the significant breaks where old lines of thought and disrupted, old constellations displaced, and elements, old and new, are regrouped around a different set of premises and themes. And the answer will be Stuart Hall. Then you have to arrange the writers with their works. So, Ernest Hemingway with Across the River and Into the Trees, William Faulkner, Light in August, Herman Melville with Typee, a peep at Polynesian life. This question repeated twice. Mark Twain, The Tragedy of Parted Head Wilson. Then the place of Bertolt Brecht, and the answer will be the Gaussian chalk circle, Galileo, man equals man. Then the next question, which among the following acknowledge that poetry is formed from the same elements as prose? The difference lies in the different combination of these elements and difference of purpose. And answer will be S.T. Coleridge. Then see the next question. Post-structuralism is unthinkable without structuralism, right? But post-structuralism continues structuralism's strongly humanist perspective, and it closely follows structuralism in its belief that language is not the key to our understanding of ourselves of the and the world. So the second is incorrect. So answer will be 3 as per NTA, but I have a confusion about this question. Okay, so let's see what happened next. 21, question number 21, who among the following displays an influence of the Yaxkanga fox tradition in his place? And answer will be Girish Karnad. Then which of the following were written by Thomas Love Peacock? And the answer will be Headlong Head and Nightmare Abbey. So this time they focused in both shifts, they focused Thomas Love Peacock's work. There are another question where they also focus on Thomas Love Peacock. So, Headlong Hall and Nightmare Abbey, Imaginary Conversations, Walter Savage Landlord, The Spirit of Age by Hazlitt, Specimens of the English Dramatic Poets Who Lived About the Time of Shakespeare by Lamb. So, these options and these writers repeated twice in the same question paper. So, let's see. In the context of nature nurture debate in linguistics, there is a view that there must be an innate core of abstract knowledge about language form which specifies a framework for all natural human languages and is currently known as universal grammar. Among the appeared, who is the linguistic proposing the view? Noam Chomsky will be the answer. Then Charles Dickens, of which of the following was Charles Dickens was the editor? And the answer will be household words and all the year round. So this is a repeated question in previous year also, not in previous year. Uh, in previous years, these questions are there. So let's see the next question. Question number 25. Which of the plays feature the rehearsal of a play within the body of main play? And the answer will be Luigi Pirandello's six character in search of an author and Vijay Tendulkar's Silence, the court is in session. Then question number 26. Which famous English poet at an early age announcing his admiration for D.H. Lawrence excitedly wrote to his friend, I have been reading Sons and Lovers, feel ready to die. If Lawrence had been killed after writing that book, he would still be England's greatest novelist. And the answer will be Philip Larkin. So D.H. Lawrence, they focus on D.H. Lawrence criticism, his writings, and So D.S. Lawrence is important work, important writer for net. Okay. So Philip Ryken said this. Then see a question about chronological order. So first will be Jane Eyre, written by Charlotte Bronte, published in 1847. Then The Newcomes by Thackeray, 1855. A Tale of Two Cities, Dickens, which was published 1859. Also Charles Darwin's work time. Then Middlemarch, George Eliot by George Eliot, 1871. The Return of the Native by Thomas Hardy, 1878. So let's see the next question. Sorry. Some are bewildered in the maze of schools, and some made coxcombs. Nature meant but fools. In search of wits, these lose their common sense and then turn critics in their own defense. And this quotation is taken from an essay on criticism. Then, who among the following is the author of the novel titled Typee? Repeated question. A Peep at Polynesian Life by Herman Melville. Then say the next question. Oh, you have to arrange. One second. Okay. Arrange the chronological sequence of Louis Macni's work. So this is a typical question. First, Sunday morning, then bagpipe music, then entirely, then prayer before birth, and at last, stargazer. So, in morning shift also there is a question about Louis Macnis, but in second shift they asked about chronology, which is more difficult. Let's see the next question. Question number 31. Nova Morgam, written by Francis Bacon. Easy. Then again chronological order. It is not easy at all. Thomas Hardy's poetry publication. So answer will be first will be The Darkling Thrush. Then A Trump Woman Tragedy. Then Challenge Firing. Then In Time of Breaking. Um, sorry, I always confuse. Okay. First the Darkling Thrush, then A Trump Woman Tragedy, then In Time of Breaking of Nation, then He Never Expected Much, and at last, okay, sorry. Darkling Thrush, A Trump Woman Tragedy, Challenge Firing, In Time of Breaking of Nation, and then He Never Expected Much. So much confusing. Okay, next question. Which among the following was not recognized as a major dialogue of Plato? Metaphysics. Then, which poem have not been composed by Adrian Rich? And the answer will be The Applicant and Ripples on the Surface. The Applicant is written by Sylvia Plath, and Ripples on the Surface, I don't know. I saw two poets. So if you know, please write on the comment section. And Driving into the Red, Transcendental Etude, Snapshots of a Daughter-in-Law by Adrian Rich. Then statement wise question. Invisible Man, published in 1952, is a novel by American writer Ralph Ellison, and it is a surreal and claustrophobic novel which describes the experiences of a young African American in New York. So both statements are true. Then question number 36. According to Stuart Hall, which of these is generally accepted to be true of cultural studies as it was practiced at the University of Birmingham in UK? And the answer will be C and D. It's would accommodate the study of the lives of working class people. It sought to promote readings based on social and political contexts. Let's see the next question, question number 37. Who was the writer A Sketch of Anglo-Indian Literature? And the answer will be E.F. Otten. Then you have to match the following, and it is also a hard question, a tough question. Okay, so Peter Middleton with distant reading, performance, readership, and consumption in contemporary poetry. Patricia Waugh with Harvest of the 60s, English literature and its background. Then David Kennedy with New Relations, the refashioning of British poetry. And Edward Larissy with Reading 20th Century Poetry, the Language of Gender and Object. So it is a tough question for me. Let's see the next question. You have to arrange it in chronological order. So first will be the marriage poem, marriage poem, then Goa, then dumb dancer, then Tara, and then Mr. Behram. So you can write the publication date and the author of this work, as I forget to add it. Okay, so statement wise question. James Elroy started writing crime fiction, commencing with Brown's Requiem, 1981. Reason is James Elroy's mother was murdered in 1958. So answer will be 2. I don't know why these kinds of questions are made. Okay, let's see the next question, and it is a repeated question again. Charles Lamb with specimens of the English dramatist poet who lived about the time of Shakespeare. Hazlitt with characters of Shakespeare's plays. Walter Savage Landor, Imaginary Conversations, and Thomas Peacock, Grill Grange. Let's see the next question. Which work was banned uh, for the description, a frank description of sex and uncompromising use of four-letter words by D.H. Lawrence? And the answer will be, you all know, Lady Chatterley's Lover. Let's see the next question. Who among the following has observed the pamphlet titled Plays Confuted in Five Action? I may boldly say it because I have seen it that bawdy comedies in Latin, French, Italian, and Spanish have been thoroughly ransacked to furnish the playhouses in London. And the answer will be Stephen Gosson. Let's see the next question. Who initiated the idea of myth as depoliticized speech in bourgeoisie society? The answer will be Roland Barthes. Then see the next question. You have to match the following. Culture and Environment by F.R. Lewis and D. Thompson. In other words, Essay in Cultural Politics by Gayatri Chakraborty Spivak. The Cultural Turn. Selected Writings by Frederick Johnson. The Use of Literacy by Richard Hogarth. So answer will be 2. Then see the next question. Pratap Sharma with a touch of brightness. Asif Karimboy with The Hungry Ones. Gurucharan Das with Mira, and Nizam Ezekiel with Sleepwalkers. Then there is a quotation wise question. So let's see. When I found myself on my feet, I looked about me and must confess I never beheld a more entertaining prospect. The country round appeared like a continued garden, and the enclosed field, which were generally 40 foot square, resembled so many beds of flowers. So this quotation is taken from Gulliver's Travel. Then there is likewise another great advantage in my scheme, that it will prevent those voluntary abortion and the horrid practice of women murdering their bastard child, alas, too frequent among us, sacrificing the poor innocent babes, I doubt more to avoid the expense than the same, which would move tears and pity in the most savage and inhuman breast. And this is taken from a modest proposal by Jonathan Swift. Then, mm, one second. Then, having to no purpose used all peaceable endeavors, the collected part of the semen, raised and inflamed, became at just converted to choler, turned head upon the spinal duct, and ascended to the brain. This is taken from A Tale of Tub, sweeping from butcher stalls, dung, guts, and blood, drowned puppies, stinking spars, all that drenched in mud, dead carts, turnip tops, come tumbling down the flood. This is taken from A Description of a City Shower. So, this is the in-depth question. You have to know the text, you have to read the text, and the quotation is taken from all the works of Jonathan Swift, right? So let's see the next question. I only do half questions, mean I only do 50 questions. Either the video will be long, so it will be too much for you. Okay, so I want to make it short. Arrange the following writers in chronological order. Again, that chronology. So first will be Edward Book, then first will be Samuel Johnson, then Edward Book, then Edward Gibbon, and James Boswell, and Richard Brinsley Sheridan. So I know that Sheridan will be last, right? So this is also a chronological question. Option 1 will be correct. Then see question number 49. Who does Achitophels represent in John Dryden's allegorical poem Absalom and Achitophel? And you all know that the answer will be first art of Shaftesbury. Then question number 50. Unlike Plato, Aristotle considered the poetry is the best, requires great skills, and also differentiates between good and bad poetry on clear and systematic aesthetic ground. Aristotle accepts Plato's insight that the emotions are important to poetry, but rejects Plato's distrust of the emotions. So both statements are right. Okay, so that's all for today. I will bring the second part where I discuss the other 50 questions. So if you like the video and comment and support by commenting, like and share and subscribe to my channel, I will, it helps me and influence me to bring more videos like this. Okay, so I know that the second safety is so much tough, and I myself sat for the exam, so I don't know what will be my result. So I am trying to learn with you by explaining the question where I also can learn. So I make a cut of video, you can watch it, and those who did not appear for the exam can watch this video, and those who already appeared this exam can check it as a revise or to check their answer key. Okay, so thank you very much. Hope you are have a great day. Thank you.